Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns, in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's sessions. Today, we are commemorating World Statistics Day on 20th October every year. This year, the theme for 2025 is driving change with quality statistics and data for everyone. So this year, commemoration of World Statistics Day along with the United Nations 80th anniversary highlights the crucial role that reliable data plays in global progress. Statistics have been foundational not only to the UN's operations, but also to addressing worldwide challenges such as peacekeeping, sustainable development, climate change, and public health. The global statistical community exemplifies international cooperation, bringing together professionals from all regions to establish standards, share methodologies, and ensure accurate, timely data. Trusted statistics enable policymakers, business, and citizens to navigate completely and make informed decisions, and helping reveal critical issues and drive meaningful change. Reliable data underpins effective policy making, economic planning, and societal development, especially in today's complex world. Trust in statistical systems fosters transparency and ethical use of data, while collaboration across countries and experts promotes innovation and best practices. Equally important is building data literacy with communities, making statistics accessible and understandable to all. This empowerment helps bridge the gap between the data producers and users, promoting inclusivity and better policy outcomes. With evolving technology and new tools, the potential to collect, analyze, and visualize data continues to expand, offering fresh opportunities to advance sustainable development and social equity worldwide. At its 41st session in February 2010, the United Nations Statistical Commission proposed celebrating 20th October 2010 as World Statistics Day as per Decision 41 by 109, acknowledging that the production of reliable, timely statistics and indicators of countries' progress is indispensable for informed policy decisions and monitoring implementation of the Millennium Development Goals. The General Assembly adopted on 3rd June 2010 Resolution 64 by 267 which officially designated 20th October 2010 as the first ever World Statistical Day under the general theme celebrating the many achievements of the official statistics. In 2015, with Resolution 69 by 282, the General Assembly decided to designate 20th October 2015 as the second World Statistics Day under the general theme Better Data, Better Lives, as well as to celebrate World Statistics Day every 5 years on 20th October. Today, is also commemorated as World CRISPR Day on October 20 every year. It's a day to discuss the technological implications and practical application of the technology that is revolutionizing the treatment of genetic conditions. CRISPR, short for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeat, is a technology that edits genes by finding specific bits of DNA inside a cell. Once the DNA is identified, it proceeds to alter a piece of it or turn genes on or off. This day started in 2020 when the leaders in genome engineering were brought under one virtual roof. George Church, Jennifer Doudna, Emmanuel Carpentier, and Feng Zhang harnessed the power of CRISPR Cas9 to alter the targeted regions of genomes, a technology that has potential to revolutionize gene editing and was dubbed the greatest scientific breakthrough of the year 2015. For their work, Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier were awarded the Nobel Prize for the year 2020, but CRISPR dates back a few years. Dr. Yoshizumi and his team of Japanese scientists first identified CRISPRs in E. coli in 1987. They accidentally cloned a weird series of repeated sequences scattered among spacer sequences while analyzing a gene. But the monumental functions of this DNA sequence data remained unknown due to lack of data. In 1993, researchers led by J.D. Van Emden in Netherlands were able to shed some more light on this data. Further breakthrough came in 2000 when a team discovered the adaptive immunity for CRISPRs. So CRISPR-Cas systems can function as a defense unit to stop repeated infection by the same virus. Further research continued, the CRISPR became a hot topic in the scientific world. The application is a very broad and could change the way we see microbiology. Countries such as China have been attempted to produce results in human tests, but these attempts face backlash from the international scientific community for ethical reasons. CRISPR is still in a premature stage and is not yet ready for full-scale human trials. Technology can benefit the future generation in ways we cannot yet predict. Today is also commemorated as World Osteoporosis Day on October 20th. Every year, it's a time to learn about osteoporosis, celebrate good health, and educate yourself and others about the value of taking care of your body and protecting your bones and muscles from disabling and life-threatening fractures. So, World Osteoporosis Day, in short known as WOD, is an annual high point of activities sponsored by the International Osteoporosis Foundation Day, IOF, which is deeply involved in educating the public about the devastating bone disease. Osteoporosis renders bones so frail and brittle that any slight action, including even a sneeze or a fall, can be life-threatening, causing never-ending pain and discomfort from entire bone breaks and fractures. World Osteoporosis Day began in the United Kingdom with support by the European Commission. World Osteoporosis Day became a project of the National Osteoporosis Society of the United Kingdom on October 20, 1996. It is interesting to know that prior to 1995, osteoporosis wasn't even considered a major disease. But in 1998, two prominent organizations committed to educating the public about osteoporosis combined to create the International Osteoporosis Foundation. The foundation of the IOF was a combination of the joint efforts of European Foundation for Osteoporosis, EFFO, created in 1987, and the International Federation of Societies on Skeletal Diseases, IFSSD, which was initiated in 1995 by bringing both organizations together under a single umbrella. There was a better focus and a commingling of resources for the world scientists, doctors, and other health advocacy organizers who were fighting osteoporosis. So by the late 90s, the UN World Health Organization, WHO, co-sponsored World Osteoporosis Day events with IOF. Since that time, the IOF has taken over much of the leadership in sponsoring awareness-raising events all over the world. One of the most important events for WOD is checking bone density. Bones that are less dense are more liable to easily break or for fracture at sudden movement or during minor fates. These bone density tests are available in WOD all over the world on this day, but there are events taking place globally that not only raise awareness, but are all just plain fun. To find out more, you can check IOF website. Today is also commemorated as Talent Transformation Day in US, which is observed on October 20, draws attention to the changing workplace landscape. It aims to bring awareness to the profound shifts currently happening in the society and the workplace as a direct result of business and technology developments, including artificial intelligence and robotics. So on Talent Transformation Day, we encourage activities that help us understand how to make most of these significant advances and capitalize on the opportunity they present. Today is also commemorated as Revolution Day on Guatemala. So it commemorates a landmark moment in the country's history. On this day in 1944, a democratic rebellion overthrew over 10 years of oppressive rule under military dictator George Ubico. The architects of the revolution, students, teachers, and workers, they stood up and decided enough was enough. These brave protesters found for liberty their right to free speech and religion, and liberation from crippling fear and want. Revolution Day changed the scope of Guatemalan politics and society, paving the way for positive reform and human rights activism. Today is also commemorated as Philippine-British Friendship Day. In Philippines, the Philippine-British Friendship Day, which falls on October 20 annually, was established in the year 2000 to recognize, strengthen, and enhance the close bond between the two countries share. Following the proclamation number 1592 on August 20, 2008, by the then President of Philippines, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the celebration of this day was shifted from December 7 to October 20, and the change in date was advocated by then Ambassador of the UK to the Philippines, Peter Beckingham. The date was changed to coincide with the opening of the new British Embassy on McKinley Hill in Taguig City. Today is also commemorated as National Youth Confidence Day on October 20 in US. National Youth Appreciation Day is celebrated on October 20th of every year. It's a day to celebrate the potential of young people, their accomplishments, energy, and spirit. This aims to instill confidence into them and continue to help them grow into successful adults. This day was created by Tiffany R. Levis, founder and chief executive officer of the Confident Girl Mentoring Program. It is a non-profit organization that utilizes evidence-based interventions to empower and build confidence in young girls aged even 7 to 19. They aim to embody developmental strategies and workshops that take students on a journey of self-discovery and development in those who may otherwise feel marginalized. Today is also commemorated as National Day on Writing on October 20 in the US. The National Council of Teachers of English has designated October 20 as National Day on Writing. So what are you going to write? Don't quite know where to begin? True, nothing's quite as scary as starting at the blank page, but you can do it. Start slow, one sentence at a time. Soon you will have a poem, a journal entry, a story, the first chapter of the novel, or just a really poignant every post. So go ahead, unleash your creativity, put it in writing. Today is also commemorated as National Branded Food Day in US, celebrated on October 20th each year. Branded fruit is a perfect snack for those who want something spicy along with delicious sweetness of fruits. You get full fill of alcohol as well as the healthy nutrients of fruits. What not to love? Wine is distilled to get brandy, then once the spirit is ready, sugar, spices, and fruits are added to it and heated. This mixture is then stored in a container and preserved for a while before it is ready to be eaten. The fruit of one's labor is indeed sweet with this treat. Today is also commemorated as Miss American Rose Day in October 20 in US is associated with Miss American Rose Pageant. The competition celebrates American women of all ages and their educational accomplishments, skills, social service, and professional careers. This day is an extension of the pageant. We are reminded to appreciate ourselves and the women in our lives with their unique talents and achievements. Life gets hard, and on some bad days, we forget to be kind to ourselves. Miss American Rose Day is a special occasion for women to share and show love for themselves for one another. Today is also commemorated as Mashujaa Day in Kenya on October 20. Every year, when the date ever falls on a weekend, the day is shifted to the following Monday, which is then declared as a public holiday. Mashujaa is the Swahili word for heroes, and because of this, Mashujaa Day is called Heroes Day. This significant day, which honors all who have contributed to the fight for Kenya's freedom, is a public holiday in the country. So, Mashujaa Day was formerly known as Kenyatta Day in the honor of Kenyatta, who was an important figure in Kenyan politics. He was a freedom fighter who also held the offices of the Prime Minister and later the President of Kenya. Kenya played a crucial role in independence movement in Kenya when the court fought the British colonial powers for its liberation. In October 1952, he was arrested along with four other people, namely Eching Oneko, Bidat Kagia, Fred Kubai Kungu Karumba, and Paul Negai Badar Mao was a rebel group that plotted to overthrow the British colonial government that ruled Kenya. At that time, the Mau Mau Society was conspiring actively against the colonial government. These six Kenyan nationalists were tried in Kapenguria in 1952-53 and were imprisoned in northern Kenya, then came to be known as Kapenguria 6. Their arrest was a significant development in the struggle for independence. As a result, October 20 was selected as a public holiday to celebrate the event and show respect for these six freedom fighters. The day was established by activists in 1958 and gathered huge popularity by 1959 when Kenya gained its independence in 1963. The date of October 20 was officially declared as Kenyatta Day. Today is also commemorated as International Chef Day on October 20. Every year, observed across the world, the day celebrates chefs and spreads awareness about eating healthy. Every year, a theme is dedicated for International Chef Day in 2020. It was Healthy Food for the Future, and the same theme was repeated in 2021. Although with a deeper focus on sustainability and ensuring a healthy environment for future generations, Dr. Bill Gallagher, a renowned master chef and former president of the World Association of Chefs Societies, World Chefs established International Chefs Day in 2004. Unlike most other modern professionals, the chef has played a significant role in our society. Since the beginning of time, food is basic need, and experiments with food have been going on for thousands of years. In the first century AD, a Roman governor called Marcus Epicus wrote the world's first book. His book was named after him, Epictetus, and so known as The Art of Cooking. The book contains more than 400 recipes, and Marcus traveled great distance to secure the ingredients. Today is also commemorated as Information Overload Day on October 20. Every year, as the name suggests, this day is for taking a step back from the amount of information we are faced with on a daily basis, from social media and online news to emails and text messages. We are constantly bombarded with a plethora of information on this day. We allow ourselves to take a break. Information Overload Day was created by analyst Jonathan Spira in 2009 when his research team, a research firm Basic, cited information overload as the problem of the year. As a way to generate more awareness about the issue, the company held Information Overload Awareness Day on August 12th. The Information Overload Research Group, IORG, which was also founded by Spira, joined as a sponsor of this day. During its first observance, the day witnessed 350 workers participate in an online event from more than 30 countries around the world in 2010. Information overload was moved to October 20 and has continued to be observed on this day since. Today is also commemorated as Heroes Day in Jamaica. It takes place every third Monday of October, which is a public holiday that honors some of the greatest names of the nation. This year it takes place on October 20 every year as extraordinary citizens who stand out as an inspiration, and Jamaica has seen such names that serve as ideals for the youth even today. This includes scholars, businessmen, leaders, and other individuals that aided in the progress and freedom of Jamaica. Today is also commemorated as Heroes and Forefathers Day in British Virgin Islands, celebrated for the first time on October 18, 2021, and is subsequently held every third Monday of October. This year, it falls on October 20, in line with the British Virgin Islands' move to better promote its culture, heritage, and history. This day replaces St. Ursula's Day. Men and women who built the Virgin Islands are recognized for their outstanding contributions. It honors pioneers and community servants from different sectors, such as agriculture and fisheries, boat building, business, health, politics, public administration, the arts, and religion. Today is also commemorated as Day of the Races in Colombia on October 20. That is third Monday of October every year. So this year on October 20, it is called LDRD, La Raza de la Hispandad, meaning Day of the Race. It commemorates the first contact between Europeans and Native Americans. On this day, Italian navigator Christopher Columbus first set foot in America. It is a day to highlight the encounter of two worlds as well as to reflect on the richness and racial diversity that brought to the culture. Today is also commemorated as Pharmacy Week from October 20 to 26 in US, which is observed during the third full week of October and recognizes invaluable contributions pharmacists and technicians make to patient care. This year, it takes place from October 20 to 26. Pharmacists provide an essential service by connecting the needs of patients up to the pharmaceutical industry. Without pharmacists and pharmacies, medical attention and support would be non-existent, and many people would succumb to their illness. This week is also commemorated as National Review Week. To make a review dedicated for this entire week exclusively, this week is also commemorated as National Temperature Check Week in US, which is observed on the last week of October every year, and this year it takes place from October 20 to 26. This week is observed all over the country to raise awareness about temperature checks. With time, people forget important information about their bodies. This week aims to remind people to check their temperatures regularly, understand the variations in their body temperatures, and know their temperature baseline. This week also is a time for people to brush up on their information on what counts as fever when they need to rush to a hospital. Today is also commemorated as National Parenting Week. From this entire week from October 20 to 24 is an event that highlights just how important parent skills are in society. This year it takes place from October 20 to 24 this year. Wondering why this week is important? It's because the way a child is raised has a deep impact on his or her personality. It's the way they view life and how their personalities turn out to be when they grow. Hence, attaining a perfect parenting skills is not a piece of cake, since it includes a perfect milk of confidence, love, emotional connection, trust, as well as other aspects that contribute to forming one's personality. This week is also commemorated as National Health Education Week from October 20 to 24. In US, observed on the third full week of October, National Health Education Week, NHEW, promotes health education and the role it plays in keeping us strong. The Society for Public Health Education co-sponsors in the week along with the US Department of Health and Human Services. This week is also commemorated as National Adoption Week in US, in UK, United Kingdom, observed in the third week in October every year. This year it takes place from October 20 to 26. The objective of the week is to improve the level of awareness about adoption. This is done through several different lenses. From adoptees to adoptive parents, they talk about being adopted, adopting, and how it feels. The awareness campaigns in turn aims to find homes for children awaiting adoption. Through the course of this week, supported by Department of Education, organization working for the adoption of children, bust adoption-related myths. Today is commemorated and celebrated as Diwali in India, Singapore, Thailand, and across the world by Indian diaspora and Hindu diaspora. Deepavali is celebrated on 15th lunar day of the month of Kartik month in the Hindu calendar. The dates change in reference to English Gregorian calendar, but usually fall between mid-October and mid-November. This year it takes place on October 20, being Amavasya has set in between 1 and 2 and will be there till tomorrow. As Amavasya, the rising, the Tithi of Amavasya is considered at the time of sunrise and is also considered at the time of moonrise. So October 20th is celebrated as Deepavali. So Deepavali marks the victory of good over evil, although in Hindu mythology there are several variations Though it is called mythology, it's not mythology because mythology is something that is created, but that is commonly used synonym. But it is the actual history that has happened. So there are several legends of this day's origin because too many things happened on this day and the occasion is cited. The celebration and rituals remain similar across the continent in the weeks leading up to Deepavali, which is a 5-day festival. The streets of Little India in Singapore are abuzz with people shopping in the bazaar, eating street delicacies, and making shift food carts and enjoying Instagram worthy light motifs on the streets. So, the Ramayana, the most famous epic in Hinduism, it is a story about one of the greatest kings which has happened in reality of all time. Rama was the rightful king of Panchala, an ancient kingdom that predominantly covered the Indian subcontinent, but due to family politics, he was exiled for 16 years from his home for a reason to create a history, which is remarkable. He went to live in a forest, and his devoted wife and brother followed him. A lot happened during these 14 years, including abduction of Sita, Ram's wife, that is goddess Sita. A great war ensued to bring back the queen who was abducted by the evil king Ravana. This war came to an end known as the greatest war of all time and symbolized the fight between good and evil. Rama won the war, which symbolizes no matter the evil continues to temporarily take a upper hand, but ultimately the good wins over. At the end, by the time the war ended, 14 years of exile had also come to an end. They returned home on a new moon night. The citizens of Ayodhya, capital of Rama's kingdom, light up their homes and streets to welcome the king home, hence sparking and beginning of the Deepavali. Deepavali is the union of two words. Deep means lamp and Vali means array. So Little India in a Singapore city lights up during the India festive season, literally and figuratively. People from across the city visit the locale to celebrate or get the glimpse of festivities. Today, so by the time the war ended, 14 years of exile had also come to an end. They returned home on a new moon night, the citizens of Ayodhya, capital of Ram's kingdom. Light up their homes and streets, welcome the king home, hence sparking and beginning of Deepavali. The Deepavali is a union of two words. Deep means lamp and Vali means array. Most of the Indians living in the Singapore are from South India, where the term Deepavali is more prevalent than Diwali. Deepavali is an Hindu festival. A total of 5% of the people living in Singapore are Hindus. So Indian cuisines are preferred during Deepavali. Sweets such as gulab jamun and kheer are crowd favorites. Deepavali is an auspicious Hindu festival. Many rituals and collective prayers are performed on this day. So visit the nearest temple of your to offer your prayers. On Deepavali, people wear new ethnic clothes and buy gifts, preferably gold and silver. The custom also includes visiting family and friends. Many people play cards or games with their families, often and other traditional games. Those who are well versed with it, and family gatherings, social gatherings. It is a day symbolizing prosperity and winning health, wealth, and well being, and can be a good omen for the rest of the year. Sri Mariamman Temple, the largest Hindu temple in Singapore, is located in Chinatown. You can see the celebrations grandly. The intricate designs in the grounds of Hindu temples depict deities and often represent folklore and mythology. Saris are traditional Indian attire, while mehendi is a temporary henna tattoo applied on the palms and feet. Floral patterns with powdered colors are made at the entrance of the house, known as rangolis, which are meant to bring good luck to homes. In Tamil, the most language spoken by Tamilians, once wishes Deepavali by Valthukal, saying, obviously, everything is lit up. It is the festival of light. The dazzling lights are the reason to step out and enjoy the view. People light their homes as a symbol of light in their lives that defeats evil and darkness, just like the great war between Lord Rama and Ravana. Indian cuisines are at the best, but with many corners serving seasonal specialties. Be careful with the spicy dishes. They can light your inside up, slight exaggeration, but it wouldn't hurt to keep the milk handy, although it's all about family and fun. It is a perfect time to spend with family and friends. Family and friends visit each other and enjoy going to the temple together. This festival brings people together. So Diwali or Deepavali, known as the festival lights, lasting over 5 days. This day is celebrated by millions of Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and Indian diaspora worldwide in the name of the festival. Is derived from Deepavali, means Deepa means lamps and Vali means row. The other names, there are many names. Even generally, each word has more than 1,000 meanings. So when merged, these words a row of lights. For this reason, lights are symbolic of this festival. And Indians go overboard with sparkles and fireworks to fuel their inner light, that spirituality protects them from the darkness. The beauty of this Diwali or Deepavali is that it is not limited to celebrations of just one historical event. Each religion remembers different legends, stories, and historical events behind it. Hindus honor the return of their religious deities, Sita and Rama, to Ayodhya following an exile of 14 years, the day when goddess Mother Durga destroyed the demon Mahisha. is also celebrated. The Festival of Lights also honors the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu in the form of Ramachandra. Sikhs also celebrate the release of their sixth Guru, Hargobind Singh, from prison in 1690. Remarkably, the foundation stone of the holiest place for Sikhs, the Golden Temple of Amritsar, was embedded in 1577 on Diwali. For Jains, Lord Mahavira, the founder of the religion called Jainism, reached the state of nirvana or moksha on the occasion of Diwali. Regardless of the events or religion surrounding it, Diwali brings with it happy tidings and promise of a better tomorrow. People zealously light lamps in their houses and throw grand feasts to celebrate happiness and good times and good fortune. Purity, cleanliness, and brightness are synonyms with Diwali. The new harvest, a new financial year in the business community, also begins on this occasion. Diwali festivities last 5 days. On the first day, people clean their houses and buy kitchen utensils or gold as a sign of good fortune. On the second day, colorful decorations and clay lamps are furnished. Day 3 is the main day of Diwali. Today brings families together for Lakshmi Puja, during which they praise the goddess Lakshmi and offer rituals and host grand dinners. The same festivities then continue on days 4 and 5 with exchange of gifts and welcoming families and friends into homes. Ultimately, Diwali stands as celebration of light taking over darkness, the timeless triumph of good over evil. Diwali is the most important holiday celebrated by Hindus. It is the equivalent of New Year. The government of India has been supporting in a grand way, and especially the government of Uttar Pradesh is celebrating the grand celebration of Diwali in Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram, with Deepotsavam, which is set more than 3 Guinness records every time it is being done, even this year also. Assorted sweets and special treats are specialty of this occasion of Diwali. These include delectable gulab jamun balls and burfi. The festival has increased in popularity outside India. The annual celebrations taking place in communities in London, Sydney, and Toronto. No matter how old we get, we are always going to watch in awe a good display of fireworks. Diwali lights up the streets with candles and lamps, and this is one night when the stars are not the only things lighting the skies. Laughter, music, and celebrations surround everyone on this joyous occasion. This week-long grand festivity brings with the most spectacular entertainment. Diwali is all about positivity, and we are all for it. Love, peace, good family, friends, and just letting the good times roll. This is the spirit of Diwali, instilling good feelings and hope for a better tomorrow. Today is also celebrated as Kali Puja on October 20. During the new moon of Hindu month of Kartik month, it takes place on October 20. This year it is dedicated to goddess Kali, the goddess of life, death, and transcendence. As goddess Go, Kali is one of the most fascinating in Hindu history. The scriptures describe her as dark woman with 4 arms, one hand wielding a sword and other with the head of a slain demon. Kali wears a necklace of skulls. She stands menacingly with her tongue protruding from her mouth. In some areas, she retains the status of tribal goddess protecting people and specific regions. To others, she is the mother of universal strength represents divine fury. Regardless of multiple depictions, Kali's many forms indicate the transformative power. Goddess Kali finds a special place in the hearts of Bengalis, Assamese, and Odia and diaspora in India and across the world. Kali Puja is their version of Diwali, traditionally the more pan-Indian festival. While the rest of the India celebrates Diwali and Lakshmi Puja, the state of West Bengal along with this, does things little bit differently. We will uncover different rituals, customs, and foods. Along with this, and unlike the rest of the country, worship puja in West Bengal involves the fierce goddess Kali. Kali symbolizes divine energy of Shakti. She destroys evil within the world and outside of it. The universe owes its redemption to her Kali, also called as Kalika, the first among 10 indomitable goddesses of the Dasa Mahavidyas of Hindu mythology and history. So her name also means time, death, and darkness. If one looks at the statues depicting her likeness, it's easy to see why Kali wears a garland of containing the heads of decapitated demons with one foot on Lord Shiva's chest. It's an inspiring, terrifying sight. It's a story with great historical significance. Legend said that two demons, Nishambhu and Shambhu, once roamed the heavens, creating chaos and destruction. In the realm of Indra, the king of gods, the demons became powerful, forcing gods to take refuge in the Himalayas, where they sought guidance from goddess Durga to restore balance. Kali was born out of Durga's forehead. So Kali embarked on a quest to destroy the demons. She killed them and made a garland of their heads to wear around her neck. But power and rage overwhelmed Kali. She went on a rampage, slaughtering everyone in her path. Lord Shiva dedicated to intervene, but a rage-fueled Kali stepped on Shiva unknowingly. She finally realized that she had done. When you look at popular depictions of the goddess Kali, artists and sculptures immortalize the moment in history. The legend has been around since the dawn of time. The festival Kali Puja celebrations gained popularity in the West Bengal as from recent centuries. King Krishna Chandra of Navadvipa spearheaded the movement along with the wealthy landowners in Bengal, although ordinary folk went along with it initially to avoid king's wrath. The practice slowly became a tradition. Today, Kali Puja and Durga Puja are synonyms with life and culture in Bengal. People pay tribute at various Kali temples and shrines. Some embark on long pilgrimages for her. Celebrations each year are grand and only get better. So the main prasad devotional offering during this puja is Boger Kichuri. It is a traditional Bengal dish made with rice, lentils, vegetables, and spices. People can pray to Kali both at home or inside a temple. Kali Puja at home usually involves chanting and meditation in a designated sacred space. So today is also commemorated and celebrated as Lakshmi Puja, which is an annual ritual performed on the third and most important day of Deepavali. The puja, meaning worship rituals, falls on the 15th day of Kartik Mas. It is part of year's most auspicious Hindu festival. Hindus perform the rite in their homes, requesting the deity visit their household. Earthen lamps are lit in different places around the house to attract goddesses. Upon the conclusion of the main ritual, sweets are distributed throughout the home and young take blessings from their elders. According to Hindu history, the puja is performed to extinguish the bad energy in home. Fireworks are also often lighted at the entrance of the homes to ward off evil spirits. It is believed that the Lakshmi Puja erases all the sins of the past so people can start afresh and repentant soul. Millions of devotees mark the date of the festival to initiate new things and move forward in life. The purchase of new electronics or a hefty investment is common during the day of puja. People clean and decorate their homes to entice goddess. Delicacies are prepared at home and devotees offer sweet treats and fineries to the the goddess. The inspiration behind the cleaning and preparation is to welcome goddess Lakshmi into homes. Scriptures say that it is important to please the goddess, for she holds the power to our wealth and prosperity. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us in these celebrations. We wish you all happy Diwali, and may Goddess Lakshmi bless you with the health, wealth, and well-being and prosperity for you and your family members. So wishing you all a happy Deepavali once again. We request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form that has been shared in the form of polls before leaving the platform. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Take care. Good night.